The two. Everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson, and by my side is Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors as they play against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, NBA, watching the teams take the court for the first time. Andre Iguodala, night in, night out. You'll see his numbers in all the columns on the stat sheet.
An older guy, Ernie.
Wait till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in chains. Look upon your greatness and she'll send.
Welcome, everybody. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg and the Houston Rockets starting five. Beverly and Harden man to back. Trevor Ariza out there with Smith, and it's Howard in at the center. Well, you look at the numbers for the Warriors last season, their offense revolved around Steph Curry, and no surprise.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Kevin. They were the worst. A lot was on his shoulders, and he carried that burden well.
Here's Thompson. The Rockets making the shot. Pulls up. And he knocks down the jumper.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
Here's Houston now. Beverly, the pass to Howard. Blocked. And they're able to recover. Nice shot by Smith. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Outside Curry. Thompson outside. 5 on the clock. Good on the triple. Thompson's got 5.
Good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
The Rockets have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Harden kicks to Howard. Back to Harden. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Harden's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, he's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know. I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
It's deflected. Here we go, one-on-one. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Beverly's got his first basket of the night.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively, they look great.
On its way from Curry for 2. And the rebound goes to Howard.
No breathing room at all to take that shot. Not so long ago, this Golden State Warriors franchise was in disarray, and boy, what a reversal it's been over the last few seasons. Excellent chemistry. It seems they have a real culture that players want to be a part of.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Harden dishes to Howard. Back to Harden. He feeds it to Beverly. And Steph Curry with the foul. And for the Warriors, that chemistry and culture of hard work really starts in the summers. You know, Steve, almost all the players coming in early to work together.
Well, that's how you get better. I mean, you really improve in the summer in this league with the work you put in. And, you know, a lot of the Warriors players stick around the Bay Area and work every day. That's the kind of commitment it takes.
Oh, good on the triple. The Rockets have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Kevin McHale. One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Thank you, Doris. Here's Thompson. James Harden picking up that last basket. It's Thompson off the drive. The 3. Again, Curry missing.
Well contested shot, and they did an excellent job of not fouling the shooter.
Defense is about effort and commitment and discipline. He's a good defender because of those things.
Now here's Beverly. Harden gets to Ariza. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Trevor Ariza last season with perhaps the best campaign, Steve, of his 10-year career.
Yeah, he played starters minutes, shot a career-high three-point percentage. I think a lot of it, Kevin, was just the combination of playing with good bigs and then also John Wall's emergence as a great point guard. Ariza had a lot of open looks last year.
And the Rockets making a change here. Jones checked in for Howard. Moniunas comes in for Josh Smith. Corey Brewer's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Ariza hits them both.
And you could say that Ariza was in a contract year looking for a new contract, playing for a new contract, but he's upped his three-point percentage for 3 straight seasons. It seems he's put in the work to really solidify that part of his game.
And again, no good by Golden State.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
And it's Terry off the drive. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And Ariza has always been great shooting threes from the corner, but he's diversified a bit. Last season, the highest total of three-point makes in his career.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Houston?
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And they're sharing the ball, too, which I love. They're piling up the assist. We're seeing great offensive movement.
Houston making a switch here. Heoni's checked in. Green, the pass to Barnes. And now, running up the court, Brewer pushing it up. I'm watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Here's Curry. Can they get it? Good on the shot. Curry's got 7 points.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not. You know, that mid-range jump shot is not.
Back to Curry. Shoots the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Prioni, the open shot by Brewer. Another miss by Houston.
You really don't want to see him missing those mid-range shots, but when he's open, he's got to shoot it.
So they take the lead. 7 points in the game.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
Here's Prioni. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Terry. 6 to shoot. That's good. Terry's got his first bucket of the night. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
It's Curry outside. Another 3 for Golden State.
He's come out of the gate smoking from three-point range today. Barbecue chicken.
Clark, you know me. I love barbecue chicken.
I'm more of a baked chicken guy myself, but that's fine, whatever.
Clark, where did we get this guy?
Kevin, you love anything. I've not seen anything come in front of you that's food that you haven't devoured.
Too good.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
Rockets trail.
You know, there's always a little hesitation with newly formed, star-loaded teams, and you wondered if the Rockets would click early last year. They did, and ended up with the 4 seed out west.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Beverly and Harden man the backcourt. Howard is out there with Smith, and it's Brewer in at the small forward position. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Rockets made it in as the 4th seed last year, but still couldn't find a way past Portland in the first round. It ended up falling to them in 6 games.
Really, though, it was the start of that series that sunk the Rockets as they dropped the first two. They fought back, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, they couldn't overcome that poor start, Kevin. They did fight back, and it looked like a Game 7 was on the way, but then Damian Lillard, with one of the great shots in NBA playoff history, closed things out in dramatic fashion.
Brought you right out of your chair, didn't it?
Oh, big time. That was a great, great shot he made.
Howard with a screen on Curry. Harden against Thompson. And Beverly gets to Ariza. Just 5 to shoot. Fades away. It's rebounded by Golden State. Thompson for the triple. Ariza with the rebound. The Rockets shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. It's Harden with the drive. Offensive rebound. Howard, that's good.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, Steve Kerr taking over as head coach of the Warriors, a 5-time NBA champion. His focus is on creating sustained success. He said, we've got a chance to be really good for the next decade. Let's just take a swing every year and be consistent with our efforts, and we'll have our chances. And we get to watch them, Kevin.
Looking to build something that'll last. Thank you, Doris.
They've been so efficient in the paint in this game. That's an area they've totally dominated.
You know, once they ID'd the edge they had inside, they just continued to attack it.
Curry outside, and he gets it to go. Curry's got 18 points in the game.
Steph Curry voted by GMs last season as the best pure shooter in the NBA, but he's not purely a shooter. He keeps the ball on a string. I think he's growing as a playmaker. Just a wildly entertaining point guard in this league.
The Warriors trail. On the wing, Thompson, guarded by Harden. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, Klay Thompson, the son of former #1 draft pick Michael Thompson, but totally different games. His father was a big man who kind of played inside. Klay, a swing man, just a knockdown shooter from deep.
And Klay's father, Michael, often his toughest critic, he tells Klay, post those smaller guards up and don't always fade away. I can hear him saying
my, that's why I'm laughing. Sounds just like Michael, who knew how to handle himself with his back to the goal as a college and pro standout himself.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And that one's good. Beverly.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Yeah, they're getting outclassed in the paint, at both ends, really.
Curry passes to Thompson. Outside Curry. Out to the wing. Here's Green. Golden State moving it around. Just 5 to shoot. From 18 feet away, Curry gets the bucket. Curry's got the game tied up here for the Warriors.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Dishes it to Beverly. He kicks it to Howard. No luck. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Iguodala outside. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Howard's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
From down low. And it doesn't even draw iron. Golden State's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. On its way from Curry for 2. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
For Houston, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field.
You know, this Golden State team is clearly on the rise, but they're not without weaknesses. Bad turnover differential and free throw differential. Both things that have plagued this team.
Lets the 3 fly, and he gets it to go. Curry's got 25 points.
This is an absolute monster performance from him. He is pulverizing them from the three-point line.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Playing in the West can be a grind, and that's what was impressive about where the Rockets ended up. They didn't rely on their bench a whole lot. They really rode their starter.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Rockets trail by 3. As you said, Clark, Rockets did well against the rest of the conference and really didn't have a deep rotation.
Usually that can catch up to a team, but the Rockets starters were able to stay healthy and log big minutes last year, and it's why they nabbed that 4th seed in the West.
Jones dishes to Moniunas. And Prigioni kicks to Moniunas. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Curry passes to Thompson. Ring shot on the way. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Thompson's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors.
And he should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind there.
Here's Prigioni. Green with the rebound. Green's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. A shot by Thompson. No one's around. From outside, off the mark.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Warriors leading by 3. From past the arc. And the shot is good. Thompson's got 6 in the quarter.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Terry with it. Right side, Terry. The pass to Moniunas. Kicks it to Brewer. Houston needs to get a shot off. Pulls it up. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. And that does it for the first half of play. Warriors lead by 6. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what's your assessment of the team you're playing here tonight?
They're a tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball, and they know how to play within the offense, you know. And we've been doing a better job on the defensive end, and I think tonight we came out with the right mentality. We just got to keep it up.
Dwight, thank you. They know they've got their hands full, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a close
Points, and talk about the 3 ball for him. Wow, unbelievable from long distance.
Yeah, you are right, Clark. I mean, it's been fireworks from deep. He's just so dangerous out there.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
You know, he spoils us with his performances game in and game out. And so far, just another big scoring night for him.
Typically, when he puts up that many points in the first half, he's going to follow it up with a better second half. We'll see if that happens here.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, on the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Harrison Barnes is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Curry in at the 1. Warriors leading by 4.
You know, Dwight Howard had started 6 straight All-Star games until last season. The new balloting system with 2 backcourt players and 3 frontcourt players resulted in Blake Griffin and Kevin Love in the starting lineup. Howard felt slighted. He thinks that centers are kind of getting the short end of the stick here.
And Beverly kicks to Ariza. Howard setting the pick for Ariza. Fader on the way. And the rebound goes to David Lee. And you remember, Howard last season created a mock commercial asking people to save the centers.
Yeah, you know, as usual, Dwight Howard finding a way to have fun with it in bizarre fashion. That's part of who he is. But I think the underlying issue is a true one. The age of the lumbering pivot man in the NBA seems to be slowly going towards extinction.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Thank you, Kevin. For Harrison Barnes, it's been a lifelong goal to play in the NBA. Back in high school in Iowa, to raise travel money for tournaments, Barnes, his mother, and his sister would go to Iowa State Cyclones games and collect recyclables. Barnes said, "You learn from those times. They build something in you. I know what it took for me to get here." Kevin sounds like some character.
And his hard work continues, Doris. Thank you. Beverly with the ball. Curry meets him, and that one's good. Beverly.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Curry dishes to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got 16.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense. And they made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Out to the right wing. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession.
Super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score. So that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it. You know, Golden State historically has always been a dangerous offensive team, but it's really their defensive improvement that triggered their elevation into the upper echelon of the NBA.
Warriors leading by 5. Outside Curry. No good from outside. Rockets have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. On the wing, Harden. Smith with a screen on Thompson. Harden kicks to Beverly. A 3-ball. Ariza no up.
Not a shot he should have taken in the face of such tough defense. He needed to get a better look.
Took him no time at all on that one. Thompson's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Warriors. Rockets trail by 8. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, when Harrison Barnes first stepped onto the scene, it was in the middle of the Warriors' 2013 playoff run. But he didn't exactly build upon that streak as people were hoping for last year. The playing time just wasn't there.
And so it's Houston with it. 8-point game.
And I remember that run for Barnes. He would play as a stretch 4 and looked unguardable at times in their series against the Nuggets and then the Spurs. Definitely was hoping for more of that this past season.
And he gets it to go.
It's 12 straight points coming off three-pointers. I mean, somebody do something defensively.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, who's going to step up? They're rolling out there now, so you got to get in their chest, make them uncomfortable, and try to deny those looks.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And another three for Golden State.
Now, the way this defense is playing out there, I mean, they might as well not be there. It's 5 straight wide-open threes.
Yeah, and that's way too many. I mean, typically teams will get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide-open threes, but they just haven't figured it out yet.
And the Rockets making a change here. Terrence Jones is checked in for Howard. Montejunas comes in for Smith. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Kicks it out to Terry. Three-pointer. Another miss by Houston. Warriors leading by 11. Iguodala the pass to Thompson. On its way from Curry for 2. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Harden left side. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Harden's got 17.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
Outside Curry. Four on the shot clock. Shoots it. And it's Golden State with another.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Rockets trail by 11. Terry outside. He dishes it to Montejunas. Fires from deep. Brewer's shot is off. Warriors have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Thompson from long range. The shot misses. For Houston, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Harden with it. Picked up by Thompson. It's Harden with the drive. Blocked. Now on its way from Curry for 2. And he nails the jumper. And the Warriors lead by 13.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. Just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Brewer dishes to Harden. Lee with the steal. There's the feed to Thompson. Nobody near Barnes. He nails the buzzer beater.
Just when it looked like the third quarter was over, they go and do that. They pin 3 more points on the lead in the cruelest of fashions.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Warriors on top, up by 16. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Well, tremendous point guard play, but that's nothing new coming from him. This is what you expect, the gorgeous feed there.
By Beverly, so on the floor for Houston. Trevor Ariza out there with Montejunas. Then there's Howard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Brewer in at the 2 guard. It's Thompson off the drive. From deep, Iguodala cannot hit. And it's Houston the other way. And here's Beverly. The dish to Brewer. He's looking for Howard and finds him. Good.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Warriors leading by 12. And Thompson kicks to Barnes. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And the call will be against David Lee. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Smith checked in for Montejunas. And it's Ariza in the corner. Passes it to Beverly. Smith inside, covered by Barnes. They get the rebound. Ariza kicks to Beverly. Fires for 3. Here's Howard. Lee with the block. Thompson outside. From deep three-point range. Ariza with the rebound. Rockets trail by 12. Screen by Smith. Here's Beverly. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Lee's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Beyond the arc. And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Iguodala. Iguodala's got 3 assists tonight. Timeout called the Rockets.
Klay Thompson is the first player in NBA history to hit over 500 three-pointers in his first 3 seasons. A prolific shooter, able to come off screens with great balance, square up, and fire before the D can recover, and he makes guarded shots as well.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And a switch here also for Houston. Pablo Prigioni, he's checked in for Brewer. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, guys, Kevin McHale had some advice for the team in that last break. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
And Steve, former coach Mark Jackson has gone on record calling the combination of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson the best shooting backcourt in NBA history. Would you agree?
Well, I would say yes, as long as you frame it in terms of modern-day three-point shooting and the volume of threes, because you can go back to the 70s and 80s and find, guard combinations that were spectacular from mid-range but didn't shoot threes. But as far as three-point shooters, no question, these guys are the best I've ever seen.
Barnes is checked in for the Warriors. Curry kicks to Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists in the game.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Tremendous output from Howard. He's got 12 rebounds and also an assist.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
How about the three-point shooting we're seeing so far, guys? Amazing.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Well, Dwight Howard, in his words, back to having fun playing basketball last season in Houston. A younger group, more compatible to his fun-loving personality, and certainly with Harden and others, they've got a depth of talent that is very impressive. Probably the best core. Around him of his entire career.
James Harden is checked in for Houston. And so Howard nails both of them. And Howard, Clark, bit by bit recovering from his back surgery, which really waylaid him in the 2012 year.
It did, and it takes a couple of years to come back from that kind of back injury. And, it did limit some of his explosiveness around the rim as a shot blocker, but he seems to be close to where he was prior to surgery.
Warriors leading by 12. It's Curry with the drive. Lee gets the bucket.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Beverly, the pass to Harden. Takes the 3. Second shot opportunity, and it's Howard laying it in.
Normally when you dominate on the glass, it really shows up on the scoreboard, but not so much here today.
You're right, Steve. Typically, it is a good barometer that indicates who's winning, but not so.
Outside Curry. Pass to Barnes. Launches it. Here's Lee. Feeds to Barnes. Here's Curry with the three. That's blocked. Harden against Thompson. Harden dishes to Smith. Puts it up. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. 9 points for Josh Smith.
They're down right now, trying to stay in the game with the three ball. They shot a lot more here in the second half than they did in the first half. And I'm not sure I agree with that strategy.
Shots good by Lee.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 12. 1:44 left in the fourth. And Beverly kicks to Howard. Houston moving it around. Harden outside. Three-pointer. Shot is off. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. At 1 point, they led by 16. And good on the basket. Look it. Thompson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. An impressive win for the Warriors.
You know, Clark, when you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Well, you said it all there, Kevin. They were lethal from behind the arc.
Well, you look back at this one, and what an amazing performance this has been for Steph Curry. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide. He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Here's Harden. Back to Ariza. Beverly, the pass to Howard. Over Bogut. Great touch on the 16-footer.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Here's Curry with the three. Rebounded by Howard.
There's some good defense for you. I mean, for somebody who's as good at shooting the three as he is, you need a defender who's equally adept at guarding against it. That was well done.
Well, then they picked the right guy to put on him.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Houston.
And this game is finally getting away from them.
Yep, it has gotten away. There's not really anything they can do now.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Thompson inside the line, and the rebound goes to Howard.
Great look, disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
And here's Harden for three. Another miss by Harden. Now here's Lee. Curry wide open, off on that one. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and